everybody, it is Julie. Welcome back to my channel. I am very excited to bring you my November TBR today. And I know I'm not dressed very November-y, but I'm filming this in October and it is still blazing hot in Pennsylvania for no gosh darn reason. So, excuse me if I'm a little shiny. It is hot and I can't put my fan on, but I have for you my TBR for November, and I'm leaving myself a little bit of wiggle room to add other books in as the month comes along, but these are some books that I would like to get to in November, and I have been generous with my TBR, a lot more so than I was with my last one, because I'm realizing that I can read a lot more than I thought I could. However, I would like to regain some of my writing time, so I'm not going to go super aggressive with my TBR. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 books for you this month. So let's jump into them and see what I picked out for November. So the first book is Shatter Me by Tahereh Mafi. I have heard a lot about this series. A lot of it has been phenomenal. Some of them have been meh. So I'm excited to try it for myself. I believe this is about a girl who's been locked up because her touch can kill. If she touches anybody, they die. It is a trilogy. I have all 3 books already up on my bookshelf, so I figured it's about time that I get into this. So my goal is to read at least the first of the series this month and start it somewhere. If you've been watching my series that I'm uncertain about starting or series that I'm uncertain about continuing, you know that I have a lot of series to start, so I decided to start with one of the least intimidating ones and give this one a try. I also have The Edge of Never. This is by J.A. Redmarsky, and I believe that this is just a new adult contemporary, it might be young adult, I'm not sure, about a girl who's just straight, clean-cut American Pie, decides to try to, rebel a little bit, goes out onto a bus, I think, meets somebody unexpected, and he kind of challenges her world and makes her start doing things that she never thought she would. Who knows? This is actually a lot longer than it looks. This is like close to 500 pages. 480 pages, so it's kind of meaty. I don't know. I honestly have not heard that much about this book, but I really wanted to give it a try, and I have a lot of fantasy on here, so I'm trying to mix in some contemporaries or non-fantasy every now and then as well. And then, guys, I'm going to push myself. I'm going to try to continue the series. I am going to read Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. You know I have reservations. I wasn't the biggest fan of Cinder, but I am just going to trust that the rest of the series gets better because that's what everybody has been saying, and I have to start somewhere, so I'm going to start with Scarlet. I'm not going to say like excited, crazy to really dive into this series more, but I need to, so I'm just going to. I know you guys know this book. I have not read any of this series yet, and again, I own all 3 of them, so I need to start somewhere. So I'm going to read Anna and the French Kiss. This is by Stephanie Perkins. This is a contemporary YA romance. I don't believe this is new adult. I'm pretty sure this is still YA. I know that this one in particular is pretty revered around the BookTube community, even though this does have like an elusive love interest where I think he already has a girlfriend, but she's drawn to him anyway. I'm not sure, but I thought that this could be like a nice snuggly fall November-y read. So we are going to give this one a try in November. This is Every Heart a Doorway. This is by Shannon McGuire. I still don't know how to say that name. I'm gonna say Shannon McGuire. I don't know. This is not a standalone. I believe this is a series. All of them are pretty tiny, I think, but I figured this would be a pretty easy read since it is so short, and I really am intrigued by the concept of this. It's kids that have either gone to Narnia or just through the wardrobe into a magical place, come back to our, mundane world, and they're having problems adapting and getting back into life. So they go to this like asylum, home for troubled kids, but it's all these kids that have had these magical experiences, and now they're trying to see what their lives mean now that they're back. And then, because I cannot stop looking at this cover and I just have to know what this is about, I am going to read The Great Hunt by Wendy Higgins. I'm just about done my Sweet Evil series. I have just the last one to read, Sweet Reckoning. So this says, kill the beast, win the girl. Breathtaking adventure, high-stakes fantasy, a gorgeous blend of magic and swoon-worthy romance. So I have to read this. I can't just stare at the cover forever. I want to know what this book is. So I'm going to read that. And then an Owl Crate book that I never got around to reading that I have heard such phenomenal things about, and that is My Lady Jane by Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jodi Meadows. And this is a comical fantasy romance about Lady Jane Grey. All I know is that people go bananas, and it was actually blurred by Tahara Mafi. It says, "The Tudors meets Monty Python. Prepare to laugh and gasp and clutch your pearls." So again, I've heard amazing, amazing things about this book, and it's been sitting on my shelf, so it's time for me to read it. And then this is my Owl Crate book of the month that I just got. I will link that up above because I was so excited to get this. And it's another little short book. I mean, not little, but it's short, you know, it's not that long. So I'm thinking that this will be pretty easy to go through, and I really am excited about it. It's a newer release, so I want to be able to read this and review it for you guys before it's, you know, not necessarily relevant or it's been out too long. So I want to get this read and get my thoughts on it to you guys so you know whether or not you should check it out. But I am intrigued by it. It's about a girl in it's an urban fantasy based in Brooklyn but with magic, and a girl that has a talking wooden doll that can help her break a witch's curse. That's what I know, so I'm gonna read this. And then last on my TBR is Truthwitch, and this is by Suzanne Dennard. Yeah, Suzanne Dennard. And again, guys, this cover is phenomenal. This one was blurbed by Sarah J. Maas. She said, "It's an instant new classic, a fierce and vibrant world, richly drawn characters, and dazzling intrigue. Do not miss out." And this is a Witchlands novel, so this must be part of a series. I only have this book. I got this, I think, discounted somewhere. I might have gotten it at Barnes & Noble's. I don't know. If I hold it, I'll link it up above. If not, you know, who knows? But I don't know very much about this. I believe that there are different types of magic. This particular main character can tell when people are lying or not, and I guess that makes her very valuable to the political landscape in this book, or just, you know, whoever's in charge and they would like to use her. And again, I've heard some pretty amazing things about this book. So yeah, all in all, guys, that's my 9 books for November that I would like to get to. Obviously, I will update you guys at the end of the month and let you know what I got to and what I didn't, but this is my goal to get through, and I'm sure if I have anything pop up in between or any new releases or anything that comes to my attention, I might read those as well. I might listen to some books on tape. I know that a lot of people don't consider that reading the book, and I understand that completely, but I do spend a good part of my day commuting or running errands or in the car, so listening to books on tape is a great way for me to at least feel productive in that wasted time, and I'd rather be listening to books than music most of the time. So I might do a couple of those as well. But this is my projected TBR, and I am really looking forward to updating you guys at the end of the month on these because I am very, very, very excited about these books. So if you have any thoughts, or if you have a book out of this list that you suggest and highly recommend above the others, leave it down below and I'll bump it to the top of my list for the month. I do think I will probably end up reading Vasa in the Night first because I do want to get my thoughts out on this for you guys. But other than that, I don't have a real order to any of these books. So if you have any thoughts on which one was your favorite that I should move to the top, do let me know. I look forward to talking to you guys in the comments, and I will see you in my next video.